Hello, welcome to another video on the Scouring Early Access. Today's game is going to be a free-for-all match between me, the Perfect Gamer, and my enemies, Vinci Code, Ares, and Aerial W360. And also this is a new map called Narrow Grounds, but anyways, my spawn here is an orange human. I'm pretty much trying to get the barracks up pretty fast so I can make all the swordsmen that I can send towards my enemy. They can potentially spawn here, but I wasn't really sure, but I was prepared to do some kind of rush. And over here we can see the red player, Ares. He's playing as red humans. And it looks like he's trying to make maybe a swordsman build, an archer build, I'm not really sure. And over here I can see the black player, Vinci Code, is playing as humans, and he's also doing a, I guess, swordsman build, and potentially getting a few archers a bit later on, as we can see here. And over here, the final enemy, Aerial W360, is also playing humans, so it runs humans, so it's somewhat fair, I guess. Here you can see he's making all the swordsmen. He has a pretty light sawmill, I guess. Over here, you can see chopped down some of these wolves here. And I was prepared to go on attack the potential enemy next to me. Even though you can see there's still 2 more spots that enemies could have spawned here, but that's why making a few swordsmen can be very effective on this extremely small map. And pretty much I just decided to be aggressive towards the enemy closest to me. Even though black is also somewhat close. I guess red player is a little closer. But pretty much the whole point of this map is it's a little, I guess, small. It's more meant for like 3-player map where one of the players spawns here on top and then on the right here. Then the enemy spawn on the bottom here, on the very bottom, and then on the left. Pretty much the 2 enemy players are going to be fighting here on the left, and 2 on the right. And then the people in the middle or back of the enemy teams are gonna have to choose which ally to help out, pretty much. But over here we can see I managed to kill a farm of my enemy. Just gonna force him to be in a starving state, which can be very, I guess, not great for him. Especially that I was able to pretty much go on top of his barracks uncontested because he decided to fight some of these wolves. And here you can see blue somehow managed to get over here. He just tried to kill some wolves and produce all the units, I guess. Black is all the archers. Even at a second barracks. It's a little interesting. Maybe he's trying to, double production, so he has a big army that he can use against any potential enemy. And here you can see I'm just pretty much wasting all of the resources of the red player, forcing him to repair this barracks. But overall, because he didn't really have any food, I was able to basically just annihilate his whole base. And so now he doesn't really have much left. Which is why this map can be a little frustrating or just annoying in general. This game, because games last a very short time because of this little issue of people spawning extremely close to each other. But I guess, even though this map is more meant for 3v3 gameplay, you can still play a interesting free-for-all match. And here, I guess, I just had a few more swordsmen in the middle, so blue decided to retreat, which did allow me to kill a few of these wolves here. And pretty much my plan was to just make on a swordsman, try to get this cannons, and then pretty much get the artillery ability. But of course here, I get a little, I guess, surprise because of goblins decided to spawn in the middle of a map. Basically, there's one way for my base over here, and another group of goblins going to the red player's base. But of course, I just ignored the red player's base because you're not gonna get any gold by destroying his buildings, because you need the pillage upgrade, which is around tier 3. It's gonna take way too long for me to get there, so letting the goblins kill him is also an option. Here I managed to kill my goblin wave. No big issues, I guess. And my other two enemies also had no issues. Got all the units that they can use to fight the enemies. And here I saw the red player surrendered, so I know he would have a goblin wave at his main base. So I decided to kill the rest of these goblins and pretty much get the extra gold. And I guess get this extra farm as well. Here you can see I managed to get the artillery ability, which can be extremely effective when used against clumped up units, which can be stationed on top of enemy buildings. But here you can see I don't have the shield ability. And that is why I am trying to get to tier 2. It's going to allow me to research it at the smithy building. Here, in the meantime, while I have some free time, I managed to kill some wolves, which can help me with, yes, some extra XP and some gold that I can use to build a few potion crates. Here you can see the blue player decided to get a second base and a few cannons to try and, I guess, defend his bases. Or I guess go into a more of a macro game. But I wasn't really thinking about getting a second base. I was more thinking about just doing a all-in, you could say. Some big force, one base economy. Here pretty much I saw the black bear was kind of being aggressive. Man, I couldn't really do much because I didn't have the shield ability, because I was currently being researched. But I decided to attack anyways. Here I guess the black bear decides to lose most of his archers to my cannons here, which basically just evaporated his whole army. But I guess it was a little difficult to decide what to do, because I could always bombard the top of his barracks, which I am gonna be doing right here, which can be a little frustrating for the enemy when they're unable to fight back effectively. But here I guess I got the shield ability researched, but I did forget to, I guess, see that. So I could have used my shield ability to get rid of the rest of these workers, but I guess just my simple micro, my swordsman, allowed me to pretty much eliminate the black enemy. And over here we can see I kind of still have a single base. Here I saw that the blue saw my workers here, so that is why I decided to move these workers close to my main base. started to get a second barracks, so I can maybe get a few more swordsmen. And I got peasant bows, or bows reserve upgrade, which can be helpful when an enemy could potentially attack my main base while I am currently going to be attacking his bases. So even if I don't have my main army at my main base, I can use my workers to fight back with that bow ability or upgrade. I guess over here, blue finds out where the bike player was. So now he's going to be preparing to try and defend himself. Getting a few potion crates, which can be very helpful. Pretty much they're going to be maybe doubling or tripling the health of your units, especially if they're level 2 or level 3. It's going to allow them to heal a little more than level 1 units. And here pretty much I was prepared to get flanked from this side while just committing most of my forces in the north here. Here you can see, because of these narrow, I guess, pathways, can be a little frustrating or annoying to play this map, because you can easily make a few barricades here, which can extremely and effectively block the attacks of the enemies, which can give you the needed time to get some reinforcements to help you out. But here pretty much I just did a direct assault against the enemies. All of the swordsmen don't really have any potions, or I guess not as many potions as all of my units here. They're pretty much full potions here, so it's going to be very difficult to deal with these swordsmen. So somehow I managed to destroy the whole army of the blue player. So now he just has a few swordsmen, and which is why he decides to surrender here. Because I have a whole group of archers, a whole group of swordsmen, green cannons, so I can very easily and effectively deal with his forces. I guess let's look at the end result. And here you can see I somehow managed to mine a good amount of resources, so that I really invest into a second base. And I somehow managed to get a lot of units produced, maybe because of my extra barracks and I guess a smithy. But here you can see I somehow managed to just obliterate the whole forces of all these free players, even though it was a free-for-all match. And I even managed to kill all the goblins, and I guess a few neutral wolves around the map. Anyways, if you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos on the Scouring Early Access, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.